it's Charlotte here from One Woman, and I'm here with the amazing Kathy Hood. If you were at our Thunder Bay event, she spoke at our Fearless Women Summit, but you'll definitely recognize her face from our One Woman Empowerment Academy. How are you today, Kathy?
I am awesome, Charlotte. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. As we were talking about before I hit record, I'm recovering from a cold, but definitely on the way out. So that's
Awesome.
good. That's good. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about the One Woman Empowerment Academy and your workshop called Woman Up. I just love that title, and it goes along with everything that you do. But let's talk about that because it's just a very special workshop in terms of discovering our gifts.
Yes.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about this workshop.
So yeah, everything in my life is about discovering your gifts. I mean, everybody, you come in my presence, that's what we're going to do, right? But yeah, so Woman Up, thank you so much, first of all, for allowing me to be on your academy. And I love it. I love it. So Woman Up, discovering your true identity is what it's all about, right? And so what we do in this program, we actually take you through a process of discovering your gifts. So it's about the motivational gifts. It's about the gifts that you are born with. So many people, so many of us have always been in that place where we neglect, we don't think, our gifts are good enough or we're good enough, but it's the gifts that we're born with. And so until we, come into alignment with those gifts and embrace them and begin to walk in that and those gifts that we have, that's where true success is going to come. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I tell every female, Woman Up, you got to discover who you are.
Absolutely. And I think that's probably one of the biggest questions I get, because I get to meet thousands of women, around the world at Fearless Women Summits. And a lot of them are so inspired by the speakers, but come up to me and say, but I don't have any gifts, or I don't know what my purpose is, or I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I really want to do something, but I'm not sure. That's what I love about this process, is it really walks you through what your passions are, what your purpose is, and what your naturally born gifts are. Because I think we don't, when we have them, and we've always had them, we don't recognize them.
Yes, we have always had them. The minute that we were conceived in our mother's womb, they were put on the inside of us. And it's so sad that when people tell me that they don't have a gift, I'm like, and before I even became certified to do this, I always felt like, yes, you do. Everybody has a gift. We just have to find it. And like you said, it's those desires. Those desires have been speaking in our hearts for a long time. And so a lot of times that our giftings line up with those desires in our hearts, So when people tell me that, I said, oh no, we're going to get rid of this myth your myth that you don't have a gift because you do. So to me, it is the most important thing that you would ever do in life. And so just like you just said, that when women come up to you, they hear all the great speakers, and then they still come up and say, I don't have a gift. I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. All we have to do is get them in a place where we can tap into that, tap into it, wake it up. And then when they get that awakening, there's nothing anybody can do. We can't take it away from you. Nobody. Now, sometimes we'll allow people to talk us out of it, because guess what? What they will have us to do is that they will utilize our gifts to make them successful, right? And so that way, then they're still feeling unfulfilled, because now they're seeing that the work that they've been doing with someone else is causing them to be successful. Then what about me? That was you. You just gave them, permission to use your gifts. So I just get so excited about it, and just want to tell the world, let's do this. Right? So,
yes.
Yeah.
And as you should, because I got to witness you in action teaching the workshop, and just how powerful it was for the women who were there, who had went through all the steps and really discovering it and having those aha moments,
right?
Which is so powerful. So it must be exciting for you to watch, just watch people transform literally before your eyes.
Yes.
And let's talk about that process, because really it is taking them through step by step different characteristics and interests and things in your own life,
Exactly.
where your gifts lie, correct?
Correct. So yeah, every single time it does. It gives me joy, and they can tell I get more excited than they do, right? Because I see it happening. And so yeah, so we talk about the 7 motivational gifts, right? And so we have all 7 gifts, but it's those top 3 that you operate in 24/7. And so when you score in the assessment, the highest one, of course, is your number 1 gift. And so I'm just going to use my gifts as an example, just so to give you an idea of what that looks like. So my top 3 gifts are exhorter, perceiver, and administrator, right? And so as an exhorter, I'm a people person. So I love people. I never understood that growing up. My family didn't understand why. I mean, I just had tons of friends, and just very social, but very positive. I was just always excited. Just always wanted to see people just live victorious lives. And, if you have an idea, you can do it. You can do it. So let's just work out the plan. Let's figure it out and it can get done. And then, but you run into the people, oh no, I'm not going to be able to, and I'm not this, that, or the other. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get rid of that. So then you have, but it's so much more to the exhorter. But then you have the perceiver. So I'm just tapping into each one or just a little bit. The perceiver is one that people mostly find rude because now God get you. That's my second gift. So and I operate very high in in all my top 3. So that one is because that person speaks exactly whatever comes in their mind, whatever comes up, the saying comes out. And so I had to learn how to kind of curve that a little bit and, be a little bit softer in my delivery in the way that I speak, meaning that if somebody asks me something, I'm going to bloop, there it is. I'm going to give it straight to you. And it might be a little more than they can handle at the time, but I didn't understand that until I understood the gifts. And so when I tell you it really changed relationships, but I'm just finish that thought. It really changed relationships because I was able to understand their giftings and said, okay, I know I may be a little too much for them right now. So let me just, come in a different way and, but still giving them the truth, but, just coming in a different way. We just give it to you. And people will say, well, why did you say it like that? And I'm like what? And so you run into people like that all the time and you're just wondering, what are they talking about? But because it's part of who I am, I'm just being me. But I had to learn how to just kind of, soften that part up a little bit. But perceivers also are the ones that can see things that other people can't see. You can sense different things. You know when something's good. You really will know when something is bad. And a lot of times, even if you know that in people or a group or a meeting that you walk into or an event, it's not necessary for us to speak it all the time. But most people who don't know any better, they're gonna say, she's not right, or this place is not a good place for us to be. And they may vocally say that when we should just kind of back out politely, and but then there's their administrator. So the administrator is one that's very organized. They note takers. You may be the sticky note queen, just got notes everywhere, but love order, so it has to be in order. And we're ones that love to give people, the kudos for what they do. We're a team player. Administrators are born leaders. You're going to absolutely end up in leadership some type of way, whether you like it or not, in having that administrative gift. So, but then you have the others, which is compassion, where we have server, givers, and it's one more. So look what I got. Compassion, servers, givers, administrators, perceivers, exhorters. Yes. So it's one more, but I'm leaving one out.
That's
I'd be so
okay. That's
excited.
okay. But it's so great because then once you discover those, it really helps align what maybe you should be doing. Because I guess that's a question a lot of times that women have in terms of they don't feel fulfilled with where they are or what they're
Absolutely.
doing, whether that's the job they're in, whether that's starting a business. It's great to know your gifts, to find things that align with those gifts that you have, so that you feel the most fulfilled in your own life, which I think that's
Exactly.
so powerful.
Oh, that last one is teacher. I figured
Teacher.
it out, that teacher gift. And so, but you're right. You're right. So let's just say a person that's a server, they love to help. And some people can make them actually feel bad. I've witnessed it. Why do you always end up in the kitchen? Why do you always, help serving? You always, putting up chairs and you always setting up. You always got to be there. But that server is the one that that always wants to be there to assist people, and they love it. And so some people can be talked out of that because other people don't understand. But the minute you understand your gifts, you'll be able to do you and be comfortable, you be joyful. That's how you're going to know that you're operating in your gifts. And so you won't be that one that wake up in the morning, is what I tell you, saying, good God, it's morning. But you're going to be the one that says, good morning, God, just excited about getting up, doing what you do. So that's one way to tell if you're operating in your gifts, even where you're working or, or whatever you're doing. Are you joyful? Are you excited about it? I get up every morning, joyful about helping people, meeting somebody new that I'm going to be able to, help discover. So right before we got on this call, I was just talking to a young lady. And so she's just ready, just ready to take her life to the next level because she discovered her gifts. And so it has been so detrimental in her life right now. And so she's just ready, like, what's next? And so, I'm ready to tell her, right?
Yes. Yes, you sure are. That's awesome. Yeah, it was fun watching everyone discover those gifts and just do they align with what you're doing? And I think, that's happened for many of us, including myself, where, I was in a job for a long time where I certainly am a server. That's just how I am. And I worked in a
Mm-hmm.
job that definitely didn't use that. And I always just felt like something wasn't right. And it got to a point where it was so uncomfortable and that it was
Right.
time to just go. And that. And I think that that's what happens at a lot of the Fearless Women Summits is women have these powerful moments knowing that there's just something not right. But where do you go? And how do you discover that? And how do you figure it out? And that's what I love so much about your workshop, Kathy, is that you help women really discover that, figure it out, and then go forward with it. Because you
Exactly.
don't just teach the workshop, which is great. I mean, you have supports and things to, plug the women into and connect and really flourish and blossom and be confident in then using those gifts. So let's talk
Yes.
about some of the other things that you do, like Woman University, that really brings women through all of those steps to graduate to that, new life and new beginnings and all the excitement of that.
Exactly. That's what, right. So once they discover who they are, Woman University, that's how Woman University was born. Once I discovered my gifts, because of me being that administrator, that exhorter of wanting to people to, to create, to do what they love to do or what they really feel like they've been called to do, right? So Woman University is about discover you. So we do the helping them to discover who they are. And there's so much more to that than we can even talk about in this interview. That what that discovery piece is the foundation. So until you discover who you are, you won't be comfortable moving forward in that big vision that you have. And so once you do that, we take you to the second phase, which is design you. And so in the design you phase, is we said, okay, what is that big vision? What is that big dream that you have? So we take dream big, and then we back out and we create the blueprint that's going to help you to get there. All right. So we go through the process of helping you to write your vision, your mission, finding out who your competition is, and that is in your SWOT analysis and creating timelines. And so by the time you're done with the design, you have a blueprint. So, but we bring that blueprint all together in the dare you phase, which is in the dare you. So now what we just discovered and designed, now we're going to dare you to go out into the world and be great. go be great. Do this big vision that you have, because obviously there's a need. We teach the ladies that you need to be the solution to a problem. And so a lot of times what you're going to find out, that thing that makes you angry, or that you don't like, is that one thing that you've been called to do, to work towards, to work in. And so in the Dare You phase, you have to create a presentation of all that, what your plans are, giving us, a look of your logo, giving us an insight to everything, your vision, your mission. And like I said, telling us how you plan to get to this big picture. And so you have to go before our Dream Tank panel. And so when you go before the Dream Tank panel and present, I love our Dream Tank panel. They'd be more excited about doing this more than the participant, right? Because they love to see, first of all, that these people are really actually dreaming about moving forward in their lives and creating something wonderful for the world. And that world can be whoever needs you, for whatever product or service that you have. And then, but they provide resources, they critique them, they just give them ideas that they probably didn't even think of. We've actually, not with this being the point, but being one of the things that we were looking at doing, we just wanted to make sure that we bring in people who understand entrepreneurship and doing business the right way, what are the wrong ways. But it's not even just about creating a business. It's about, if you just personal development, if you just want to be a better person, you just want to be a better at-home mom, or, a mompreneur, or whatever it is. So they provide so much valuable information to cause them to be able to be more successful, jumping into the arena of whatever it is or being them, So, and then we've added one phase, Charla, the Develop You. So once they graduate Women University, you automatically become part of the alumni. So it's an alumni. We hang out, we're still there for you. We don't leave you hanging, because most people will retreat back to what they used to do, and retreat and fall back into their fear and doubt and all those things, and that self-talk that'll get you in trouble. So, but we added a Develop You phase. And so, in that way, it's what all of our training is now. So we're going to help create your power look. We're going to help you create your brand, how to do your social media, your website, all the things that you need, how to speak before a camera, how to get your 30-second, 60-second commercial ready. How to design a website. Why do you need one? Social media, email marketing. So much that is going to be happening. Financial coaching, all in there. So that's what happens in the Develop You program.
And I love that you've added that, because it's all the things to help set you up for success in what you're doing. Because
exactly.
It can be scary, like especially if you're wanting to go out and start a business, knowing that you have that support, that mentorship, those connections, somebody you can call, especially on those days where you're wanting to give up or throw in the towel.
Yes.
And because using your gifts in this world aren't always easy, isn't always easy, but it's certainly worth it. You can't imagine living any other way once you step into that, but it can still be scary and it can still have its moments. So I love that you created that support network for the women to be successful, and also have a cheering team and a resource team and people that they can go back and ask questions to. So absolutely. I'm curious. So the workshop, the Empowerment Academy workshop, we do that all online. Women can learn at their leisure. They can go back and watch it. They're still plugged in to be able to connect with you, to ask questions, all that kind of great stuff. But I'm curious with Women University, because is it Atlanta that you're in?
I am in Atlanta.
Yeah. So is it all, do you need to be there, or is this also something that women can do online?
They can do online. That's what I love. So, when we came there and actually became part of your academy, your Empowerment Academy, that helped us to actually, put the Discover You piece online. Awesome. And so the second phase, Design You, is definitely also online. So we have, those are mainly webinars. But once they finish the webinar, it's a weekly webinar, that they do, and we give them assignments, and then once a week or however, we will have a coach available for them. So during the Design You phase, we give them an accountability coach. So that's going to keep you accountable, and that's one thing I'm big on. If you say you want to do this, let's go. Let's go. We're here for you. And so that's online as well. So we're going to have a private Facebook page that they can communicate, share their fears, share their excitement, so we can push and rah rah, and then as well as the dare you, so they can present their presentations online as well
Yes.
before our Dream Tank panel still. Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome, because it's a great way for women to be able to plug into that from anywhere, which I love that
Yes.
you have that available now online, which, hey, with technology, it's so easy to be able
I
to do
know.
that. And yeah, and sometimes somebody might live somewhere that's maybe a small community, or they don't have the network or support or even a place to find anything. But I think you've created something so unique that it would be tough to find anyway. So I'm glad that we've discovered
I
Kathy's
know.
hidden gem to share it with the world. That's for sure.
I'm so excited for the day that we met, Charla.
Yes, yeah, yes, exactly. I think it was in Atlanta at
It
the Atlanta
was.
event. Yes, yes. No, it's been wonderful. And you have some other great events that's coming up, and let's talk about that. So you have a brunch with Destiny. Tell me
Brunch with
about that.
Destiny is a virtual conference. So we had our first live one back in September. And so we had some people to reach out to us and say, well, how can we, I don't live in Atlanta. How can we tap into the Brunch with Destiny? I said, I love technology. I said, we can do a virtual conference. How about that? And so that's going to be December 14th, December the 14th. We are doing Brunch with Destiny, so they can definitely go to womanuniversity.net, and they can find on our events page where they can register for Brunch with Destiny. But it's really it's an insight, or it's going to be like a miniature Woman University, because we're going to take them through the whole process of discovering your gifts and what Woman University all stand for. So we'll give them the whole layout of how Woman University works. And but also, just giving them the opportunity to go after their destiny. So in order for them to get to their destiny, it's got to start off with discovering who you are. Right? So that's why Brunch with Destiny just came to my heart. And I'm saying, so you can come and have brunch with your destiny. So we will, if they register in time enough, we will send them, just some little destiny surprises that they can, uh, brunch with us together. So even though it's virtual, we can still, have tea or coffee and different things like that together.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I think that's so much fun. And what a great time of year to do it, because I think that once December starts rolling around, sure, you've got the holidays, but also everybody starts thinking about 2020, a big
Exactly.
year, and all the things that you might want to get started, get doing, and what's not working in your life. What are the things that you are born to do? And I think that's an
Exactly.
exciting time to really take a look at that and really be equipped to spring into the new year successful and with a support team to help you get to whatever goals that you want for your life.
Exactly. And that's what Brunch with Destiny is all about, is getting them prepared for the next year, for 2020, and just all that you just said and then some, right? So let's go into 2020 knowing what we want to do, not waiting till all these New Year's resolutions where people, they make these New Year resolutions and they never get accomplished. We forget about them maybe like 2 weeks in.
Yes. Yes, I think it's happened to all of us. And that's the thing, is that how do you set
Absolutely.
yourself up for success, and equipping yourself with the accountability piece, like you said, the other people around you who's going to help support that, encourage you, help you on your successful journey. And that's what I love, is that you're setting women up for success and to
Yes.
have the best 2020 they've ever had.
I'm
You have
excited.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Gosh, I might join you. I think I'm back from Africa by then, so I'm always
Awesome.
up for a brunch and some empowerment, that's for sure. And then you also have your State of the Woman address. So that's coming up in January. Tell me about what that's all about.
So, State of the Woman Address, this will be our fourth annual. And it's really about us bringing women together and just talking about the things. all woman. You know, anything that's going on with the woman, we cannot fit everything into each year. So we have to choose certain topics, right, that we're going to talk about that involves women. And so what I'm hearing right now about women economics is that we're going to be it. We're the ones running the businesses. You know, of course, we're running our households. Um, we're the ones that's going to be taking care of health issues. You know, just anything dealing with insurance, benefits. That's what the statistics I'm hearing is that we're it. We're the ones going to be doing all the shopping, spending all the money, right? So this is the year that we're going to talk about women economics and just how powerful that is, and so women can really understand. But but the importance of, in order for us to be able to do these things, it's still about being healthy, you know, us taking care of ourselves. You know, the one thing that I love that this doctor told us one time at one of the State of the Woman's addresses, she said that stop thinking that spas are a luxury. They are a necessity, you know, to take care of us, that self-care. You know, so we cover all different types of topics concerning women that can keep us motivated, that can keep us informed and educated to do what we need to do, and to keep us motivated and inspired to continue to do what we're doing. So we bring in just people from, you know, different genres of everything, even music, topics, you know, just everything. We have fun, we eat, you know, we love to eat. I love to eat. And so eating is important. But we just make it so much fun, but we're learning and we're being empowered. We're leaving out of there, you know, just even more stronger than when we came. So yes, it's amazing what happens at State of the Woman. So we talk about what is our state. The state, you know, they do the state of the union, the state of whatever. People are doing the state of the counties, and you know. So what about the state of the woman? Yeah. We're mothers, we're business owners, we're employers, we're entrepreneurs, we're solopreneurs. So we're all of that. So we have a place where all of us can come together, get some things that we need, get refueled for the beginning of the year, have resources that they can finish out their year strong and get ready for the next. And empower that next woman. That's what we want. We want to really continue to be the trailblazers that we can bring other people along. You know, they need us. Other young ladies and young men, they need us. Yeah, so State of the Woman is fabulous.
Yes, and to learn those skills, and because I think a lot of times we're used to giving and doing and being all these different roles and things that you had mentioned, and all of a sudden your own cup is empty. And that's not a good place to be either, right? And I love that you're really addressing on that, you know, to keep your own cup full and you can keep overflowing and be more successful, more productive, more helpful in all these areas of your life. And I love that you're doing that.
That's amazing. I like the way that you put that. Absolutely. We give until our cup is empty. You're absolutely right. And so we come there at the beginning of the year to get refueled. And, you know, and that's what I love. We do different events throughout the year. I mean, like what you're doing, Fearless Summit. I love it. You know, that we can continue to fuel each other. You know, when we just, our tank get a little low, there's something else going on. So I love that we've connected, and just looking forward to so much more that we will be doing together.
Awesome. So how do women get tickets for that event?
For State of the Woman, so that one we have to save the date. It will be going up in about a week. Oh. So it's the same place, womanuniversity.net. They'll be able to go to our events page, but so they'll be able to go to womanuniversity.net, and they will see, you know, the conference page and be available to register.
Awesome. So any final thoughts or things that we haven't covered, Kathy, that you wanted to talk about today, or final thoughts for the women who are viewing today, just from your own perspective and your own gifts that you've been given to help and share with others?
The one thing I would just really want to say, Charla, is that the one thing my message right now is, once you discover who you are and you begin to operate in your lane, because so many times that we are watching other people and trying to be like her, trying to be like them, trying to build, you know, a conglomerate. Start off small, start off understanding who you are first and understanding your vision, because if you're not clear of your vision, you will not be able to be clear to anybody else. And then that way it'll be easy to talk you out of it. It'll be easy to derail you, to send you in a different direction of to what your true vision and your mission is. So once you discover who you are, that is the most important thing that you will ever do in life. So I say, and I just employ everybody to just do that. And not just because I teach it, because I know that it's something that absolutely changed my life. You couldn't pay me to do what I'm doing right now. Just a few years ago, until I discovered my gifts and began to show it to other people. We've been put here to be fruitful, and that's not about just having children. Mm-hmm. It's meaning being productive. It means be productive, and then when you produce something, let's reproduce it. So that means you're going to multiply, you're going to put it out there to the masses, and that's us giving back, and bringing other people along and helping other people to create their visions and everything. And then that means subdue. So I'm telling the ladies, I'm teaching you all to do all of this so you can learn to dominate the market, dominate who you are, dominate what you are and what you will be doing. So if you're not going to do that, there's no reason even to do a business or to become whatever, unless you plan to be the best at it, right? And there is enough room for everybody. Stop thinking that you're in competition with other people, because you've been called to your specific assignment. So I say, discover who you are. Let us help you take you to that next level and becoming that woman, that authentic woman. So I'm telling everybody to woman up.
I love it. Oh, I love it, Kathy. I love everything that you do. I'm so thankful that you womaned up yourself and created all this for women to shine in the world and to be powerful and to step into their greatness and do all this great stuff. Because it's amazing what you're doing. We'll definitely put up your website so women know how to register, whether it's learning more about Woman University, the great events you have coming up, the virtual conference just right around the corner, so that they can make their life, not just 2020, but their entire life, the best life they can.
I love it. Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll post all the links as well so that you can learn more about everything Kathy has going on. And you can also sign up for the One Woman Empowerment Academy workshop, Woman Up, which is a great first step into learning everything that Kathy does, and to be able to discover your own gifts, to be able to help and serve others and shine in this world. So thank you everybody for watching today, and be sure to tune in next time as we talk to more amazing women from right around the world. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.